A while back, I made a video talking about some of the biggest records ever made, which are called transcription discs. And here is what they actually look like. And as you can see, these things are absolutely massive, and they come in at a whopping 16 inches in diameter. But these are not the biggest records ever made, because there's one other type of record that holds the title as the biggest of all time. Hey friends, welcome to Eyezz. I'm Jarrett New, and today we're going to talk about Pathe records, which were the absolute biggest records that have ever been made in the history of the entire world. And that's because they came in at a whopping 20 inches in diameter. So if we compare that 20-inch size with the other records we've talked about on this channel, then that's 4 inches bigger than these transcription discs, 8 inches bigger than the normal 12-inch vinyl record albums that you see on the wall behind me, 10 inches bigger than the older 78 RPM shellac records, and a massive 13 inches bigger than the modern 7-inch 45 RPM singles. So basically, everywhere you look, these Pathe records stomped the competition. Now here's what the records actually looked like. This photo comes to us from antiquephono.org. And as you can see, these things are absolutely massive compared to the size of the guy holding it. And considering that these records were made out of shellac, they were also super fragile. So if you accidentally dropped it, it would most likely shatter into a million pieces. It'd be terrible. So you want to be very careful when you hold these things. Now, these Pathe records were made around 1916 in France by a company also named Pathe, after their founders Charles and Emile Pathe. And these 20-inch records would spin around 80 to 90 RPM. So that's by far the fastest speed we've talked about on this channel. So not only are these records the biggest, but they're also the fastest. In fact, here's a clip I found online of one of these awesome records being played. Check it out. So as you can see, these records are really cool. In addition to their size, they also play from the inside out, which is the exact opposite of most modern records, which play from the outside in. Also, these Pathe records had what's called hill and dale grooves, meaning that the grooves are recorded up and down into the surface of the record instead of the normal side-to-side grooves. Now, the reason why these Pathe records never really quite became popular was in fact because of their large size. These 20-inch records were definitely not as portable as the more common 10-inch 78 RPM shellac records that were being made in America around that time. Also, being that these Pathe records were also made out of shellac, they were very fragile. And being that they were so big, that caused a lot of problems. If you weren't careful, these things could easily break or shatter into a million pieces, which would not be fun. And this is the main reason why over the years, shellac was phased out and plastic vinyl records took their place. Now, if you're gonna buy a Pathe record, you're most likely gonna find one on eBay, but you should get your wallet ready because if they're in good condition, they go for about 500 bucks or more. And then you also have to find a Pathe record player, so who knows how much that could cost. But regardless of the price and their design flaws, the Pathe records hold my top spot for the biggest records ever made. Now, what do you guys think about Pathe records? Let us all know down in the comments below, and if you like this short video, join the vinyl revolution and hit subscribe, because I'm gonna be coming out with a lot of great videos every week that you guys are not gonna wanna miss. Also, be sure to find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and more. All my social media links are in the description of the video below. And most importantly, guys, have a great day and keep spinning that vinyl. It's pretty cool, like, finding out how we got to where we are now. I mean, we went from this to MP3s. It's interesting.